as you can see behind me, this is the piece that I worked on last week. And I went with the bright Florida orange, which I absolutely love. I really do like it this way, but I think it might be more appealing to others if I warm it up a little bit. And there are several different products from Dixie Belle that I can use. I can use the Voodoo gel stain. I can, of course, use the glaze. I can use the wax, or I can just use another color of paint, like maybe coffee bean or something. But what I decided I was going to do, I'm going to just use the wax in brown. And I'm going to put it in all the crevices and just highlight it where it's going to warm up this bright orange. Now, a trick to getting this on here without it looking too muddy or biting into the paint, because the paint is very porous, it'll bite on the orange color. I want to keep some of the orange, so I went ahead and used a coat of the clear coat to put a little barrier, I guess you could say, between the paint and the wax, and it makes it easier to wipe it back. It doesn't bite, like I said, into the paint. Okay, let's get started. So here is my brown wax. I'm trying to have it up as close as possible with you still being able to see me. Not that you need to see me, but so I'm gonna just for today in this video, I'm only gonna do the front. I'll do this side off camera. Okay, so I have some wax on here, and I'm just going to press it in. I want it to go in to my valleys on this piece. I'm gonna go all the way around, kind of giving it a little push, kind of like the paintbrush, pushing in, push. Now I have a cloth here, and I'm just simply wiping it back, and it leaves it into the crevices. Like I said, when you add a layer of the clear coat, it makes it wiping back a lot easier. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay, so now I'm going to do the detail in here. I'm swirling and pushing because I want the dark wax to get into the detail. A little bit more up here. The nice thing about wax is when you put it on, if you decide you didn't put enough on, you can add more. Now see how nice and easy the wax washes or wipes off the bright orange? That's because of the clear coat. Ta-da! Okay, let me get all this going. Up here. The wax is really easy to use. What a difference it makes. It just warms it up. I'm going to do this half first because I want to be able to get a picture of what it looks like side by side. Warmed up and just nice and bright. So The glaze does go on a little bit easier, but I just find I'm a much better waxer than I am glazer. Same thing, you put the glaze on, you work in little areas, and then you just simply wipe back. And this that I'm using is actually not a rag. It's a paper towel that's really thick, and they work wonders, and there's no lint. They're lint free. They're cheaper than using real cloth rags, and they work fabulously. And I know you might ask where I got them from. I got them on Amazon. All right, so let's stand back and take a peek and see the difference. Oops. Oh, what a difference. Love it. So what do you think? Better? All right, let me go ahead and do the other side. Another difference is the wax has a little bit more open time. What that means is you have a little bit more time to play and manipulate the wax than you do the glaze. The glaze tends to dry a little bit faster. You also get a very good workout when you're waxing. I was going to say something cheesy. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Netflix show with, what is the name? Ralph Macchio and Sweep the Leg Johnny. Oh, I can't think of what it's called right now. Oh, it's a Karate Kid. It's a... It's pretty entertaining, especially if you're from my generation and you grew up on that movie. I think there's 3 series on Netflix now. That series, 3 seasons. And I believe they're making a 4th season. Okay. Now I'm not pushing that hard over the crevices because I want the wax to stay in there. I'm going to push harder where it's level because I want the orange to come through. And having that layer of clear coat allows the brightness, allows me to wipe it back and get it back. If I didn't clear coat it, it'd probably look more like this. It bites more into the paint, which is a fine look. It's just not the look that I wanted for this piece. A trick to, if you put a little bit too much of the dark wax on, if you put a little bit of clear wax on, you can erase it. It works pretty good. I know some people will use a baby white, but I try not to put oil on my All right, let me step back. And this is still a little bit, well, there we go. What do you think? All right, as I'm looking, I see that I put it heavier here than over here. But there's an easy fix for that. Simply add more wax. So let me do that real quick. There we go. Now that's as heavy as that side. Let me catch up down here too. And you just simply wipe it a little lighter, and you don't go as deep when you're wiping off in the crevices. And a little bit more up top. Okay, now let me just finish the leg down here, just so you can kind of see. Of course, I will be posting pictures on the Facebook page afterwards and on Instagram. I always try to get the wax into the lines between the layers on the legs. Gives it a good look. Ta-da! Okay, so there you have it. What do you think? You like it? You know what? Since we're on camera, I may as well finish the top, this part right here that you can see, just to give it the final look. I'll do the top and the sides off camera, and then I'll post pictures later. I'm making sure that I'm touching all of it, especially leaving some heavier in the cracks, because there are definitely some lines up here. Okay. And I cannot forget the top. Let me wipe that back. My rag is getting a little saturated. I'm going to go ahead and grab a new one right here. I'm also going to leave a little bit up here just for a little shadow. And I see that right here I missed a spot, so I'm going to add a little bit more wax. There we go. All right, so what do you think? All right, so I already love it. It looks so much more warm and inviting and not so stark bright. Even though I do love orange and I do love the way it looked before. Let's see. You know what? Since we're here, I may as well, I don't know if you can see the line down here, but I'm going to do the line real quick down here, the bar. Because there are some grooves here where the wax will look really good. And so when I wipe back, I want to make sure that I don't push too hard where the grooves are, because I want the dark wax to stay in the grooves. There we go. If it's not on the screen, you will definitely see it in the pictures that I post. And finally, I'm going to do this part right here. I know it's part of the top, but I just want to give you a good look what it looks like. I accidentally hit right here. Let me get that off. Now, with these little grooves, I want to make sure that I get the wax in there and I want it to stay. So I'm going against the groove so it catches the wax and it goes in there. I'm going to wipe very light the first time. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to go a little bit wipe a little bit harder, not near the groove. I want to make sure I keep the wax heavy in the crevices right there. Again, if I happen to accidentally take too much off, I can simply go back and add some more. There we go. Like it to look a little uneven so it looks more authentic. All right. All right, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love this piece. I want to say thank you for joining me, and next week I will be on the Dixie Belle page on Monday at noon. I will be outside of my house doing a king-sized bed. So that will be interesting. It's always interesting when I go on the Dixie Belle page because something always happens. Anyway, I will check in with you guys next week. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.